When someone leaves your life, especially in matters of love, it can be tempting to chase after them, but sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is to give them space. This is where the magic of distance plays its role. Relationships are complex, often requiring time apart to breathe and rediscover their essence. It's in this space that emotions settle, thoughts clear, and priorities realign. When you give someone distance, you're allowing them to reflect, to miss you, and to realize the value of what they had. This often leads to a powerful realization: why she comes back after you give her distance. The act of stepping back shows strength, self-respect, and an understanding that love cannot be forced. As Steve Maraboli once said, letting go means to come to the realization that some people are a part of your history, but not a part of your destiny. But sometimes giving distance can shift history into a new direction. When they come back after you've given them distance, it's not a sign of weakness, but a testament to the depth of connection that was cultivated. The key is patience and trust. Trust in the process, trust in yourself, and trust in the timing. By letting go and allowing space, you give the relationship a chance to evolve naturally. It's not about manipulating the situation, but respecting both your own and their emotional journey. Whether she comes back or not, you grow stronger, wiser, and more at peace with whatever the future holds. Number 1, play the game she played. Curiosity. When she pulls away, you get nervous and chase her. You're wrong. Women love to be chased, just as men love the thrill of the chase. This is a dynamic that works in human psychology. People tend to want what they can't have. It often becomes more desirable. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not over external events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Stoic philosophy reminds us that true power comes from self-control and focusing on what we can control. You can't control how she feels, but you can control how you react. Instead of chasing her, take a step back. By removing your attention, you change the dynamic, give her space to wonder, and maybe rekindle her interest. Play the same mind games she played. You can ask yourself this way: me, she stopped responding after I left. Do you think she'll come back? You, maybe out of curiosity. Maybe she's wondering why you stopped pursuing her. Me, but should I care? You, that's the real question. Does she miss you or just the attention? Me, exactly. I deserve more than a game. Sometimes women may come back just out of curiosity. She may be confused as to why you suddenly stopped pursuing her. Maybe she liked the attention, and now that it's gone, she wants to know what happened. Is there someone else in your life? Did she push you too far by being distant? These questions may be running through her mind, making her want to come back, even if just to see if you're still interested. Realize that challenges are opportunities for growth. When you view setbacks as lessons, you shift from a victim mentality to an empowering mentality. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How will this experience make me stronger? Every setback can be an opportunity for growth if you choose to see it that way. Number 2, silent change demands respect. Sometimes women grow accustomed to being pampered, especially by those who care deeply for them. This attention can lead to behaviors that border on taking things for granted. They may start to show signs of disdain towards their partner, unaware that their actions could be damaging the relationship. Many men fail to see this shift, or worse, ignore the signs until it's too late. But why let it get to that point? Take action before it's too late. If you feel the balance has tipped in an unhealthy direction, it's time to pull back. Pause, focus on your personal growth. Improve yourself, build your passions, pursue your career, and spend time with those who truly value you. This shift in attention will catch them off guard. It's like suddenly pulling the rug out from under them. They'll wonder, what's happening? This shock is necessary. It's a wake-up call that forces them to reevaluate their behavior and their role in the relationship. Suddenly, they might find themselves questioning, "What have I done wrong?" Or, "Why have things changed?" The curiosity starts to gnaw at them. This shift, however, isn't about manipulation. It's about reclaiming your value and setting the standards for how you should be treated. Here's the kicker. Stop chasing them. No more texts, no more calls. Instead of being the one to pursue, you create a gap. And in that space, they'll wonder, "What did I lose in him?" By pulling back, you give them room to see what they've lost. This isn't about playing games. It's about giving them time to reflect and understand that they, too, need to invest in the relationship. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." This Stoic mindset is powerful. Instead of focusing on what others think or expect, focus on yourself. Become the best version of you, for you, not for anyone else. This transformation will not only surprise them but also inspire respect. Think about it. People often don't appreciate what they have until it's gone. When you step back and focus on yourself, you create a space where they have to confront the reality of losing you. They'll begin to ask themselves the tough questions. Why did he pull away? What could I have done differently? These moments of introspection can lead to growth on both sides. In relationships, there's a delicate balance between giving and taking. If the scales tip too much in one direction, it's up to you to correct it. But remember, self-improvement isn't just a tactic, and it's a lifestyle. And when you live it, you're not only bettering yourself, but also ensuring that those who are truly meant to be in your life will rise to meet you at your level. So ask yourself, what do you need to work on? Where are you giving too much? And most importantly, are you being treated with the respect you deserve? The answers to these questions might just be the key to unlocking a healthier, more fulfilling relationship. Number 3, affirmation in relationships. Maintaining emotional balance is crucial in any relationship. It's about knowing how to give, but also ensuring that the person receiving it is worthy. Without this balance, you risk falling into despair, feeling used, and what you once saw as kindness becomes an invitation for them to take your love for granted. Your love should never be just entertainment for someone who doesn't value it. Affirmation in a relationship is a quiet power that's often underestimated. When you uplift someone, making them feel seen and valued, you give them something rare. It's like lighting up a dark room. If they leave, the warmth of that light disappears too. They don't just lose your companionship, they lose the glow of being affirmed. Think about this. If they move on and receive different treatment, it might spark a realization. They could start to understand that what you gave them was more than love. It was purpose and depth. As Maya Angelou wisely said, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." When they can't find that same affirmation elsewhere, a longing may build. This is rooted in the principle of scarcity, a psychological phenomenon where something becomes more valuable simply because it's no longer available. They might start to wonder if reconnecting is possible, especially if they realize that no one else matches your kindness and understanding. By cutting off contact, you magnify this effect. Without your affirming presence, the void becomes undeniable. Even if they're dating someone new but don't feel appreciated, memories of you might surface. They'll remember your laughter, your support, and that undeniable connection you shared. So, what can you do when faced with this scenario? Reflect on your own value. Understand that relationships aren't just about companionship. They are about mutual respect and growth. This awareness may pull them back to you, hoping to rekindle that rare connection. But are you ready for that possibility? Are you prepared to open the door to reconnection? Remember, as the Stoics remind us, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Focus on what you can control and be open to the potential growth that lies ahead. Number 4, let yourself become a limited edition. One reason she might come back to you is that you've improved yourself. Maybe you've started learning new hobbies, advancing in your career, spending time with people who truly value you, or simply working on your self-development. These changes don't go unnoticed. Her friend, "Hey, have you seen John lately? Oh my God, he's grown a beard and he looks so attractive." Her, surprised, "Really?" Her friend, "Yeah, he's got a six-pack now." Her, silent. Suddenly, she might start feeling like she's missing out on this new version of you. She sees you exploring new paths, facing new challenges, and there's a desire to be part of that journey. When you put in the effort to become a better version of yourself, whether it's through career growth, health, relationships, or personal development, you generate a certain energy around you. That energy is confidence, ambition, and progress, and it becomes magnetic. People want to be around someone who's constantly evolving, someone who isn't stuck in the past. This energy you exude can be incredibly attractive because it symbolizes growth and potential. Let's be clear, if they didn't appreciate the person you were before, then they don't deserve the version of you now. As Oscar Wilde once said, "Be yourself, everyone else is already taken." This means embracing who you are, but also being committed to becoming the best version of yourself, for your own sake, not for anyone else. Imagine running into an old friend, someone who hasn't seen you in years. They notice how much you've grown, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. They see the positive changes and they can't help but be intrigued. Why? Because we are naturally drawn to progress. It makes us curious. It makes us wonder, what has changed about this person? What else are they capable of? Growth isn't about getting someone back or proving anything to anyone. It's about pushing your own boundaries and evolving for yourself. And in that process, you might just find that others want to re-enter your orbit because of what you've built. That's why you often see stories of people getting back together years later, when both individuals have grown into better versions of themselves. Don't spend time beating on a wall, hoping to transform it into a door, as Coco Chanel once said. Instead of focusing on the past, focus on building a future that excites you. If you put energy into improving yourself, that door to new opportunities, be it relationships, career, or personal fulfillment, will open naturally. The key here is authenticity. You're not pretending to be someone you're not. You're genuinely improving and evolving. It's about walking your own path, embracing the Stoic idea of focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you cannot. By doing so, you'll find that people can't help but be attracted to the aura of someone who's in control of their destiny and who exudes that confidence without needing anyone else's validation. So if she comes back, it's because the new version of you is captivating. But even if she doesn't, remember, the goal was never to impress her. It was to become a person you're proud of. In doing that, you attract those who are meant to be part of your journey. Are you ready to be that person, the one who commands respect and curiosity simply by being himself? The answer lies in your actions and your continuous growth, one step at a time. Number 5, prevent selfish, jealous behavior. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where someone isn't interested in being with you, yet they don't want to see you with anyone else? It's frustrating, isn't it? This kind of jealousy is rooted in selfishness, where the person plays mind games, holding you just close enough to keep you around but never fully committing. It's as if their fear of losing you is stronger than their desire to be with you. This dynamic is toxic, manipulative, and ultimately damaging to your well-being. When a woman, or anyone really, acts like this, it's not about love or care. It's about control. They may try to sabotage your chances of finding true happiness with someone else, all while refusing to take a genuine step forward in your relationship. Psychologists often refer to this behavior as attachment insecurity, where a person feels a constant need to maintain proximity, even if they have no intention of deepening the connection. It's emotional manipulation, plain and simple. Would you allow someone to keep you in limbo like that? Stoic philosophy teaches us the importance of emotional discipline and independence. You cannot control the jealousy of others, but you can control your response to it. You must ask yourself, do you want to be someone's puppet, or do you want to take control of your own life? Over time, these unhealthy patterns can erode self-esteem and emotional health. Does this sound like the kind of love you deserve? Here's the reality. Anyone who tries to keep you from moving forward in life without offering genuine commitment does not have your best interests at heart. And this goes beyond romantic relationships. It's true for friendships, work environments, and family dynamics as well. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, trust, and support, not on control or jealousy. The answer lies in setting clear boundaries. Boundaries aren't walls to keep people out. They are principles that show others how you expect to be treated. By establishing your value, you prevent others from taking advantage of your time and emotions. Healthy relationships thrive on clarity and sincerity. If someone isn't willing to match your effort or doesn't respect you, the best move you can make is to walk away. It's about realizing that you deserve someone who is all in, not someone who wants to keep you dangling on a string. Your peace and your worth are non-negotiable. When you embrace this truth, you not only protect your own happiness but also make space for those who will appreciate and respect you as you are. In conclusion, stop entertaining anyone who keeps you stuck in a toxic cycle. Recognize manipulation for what it is and choose to rise above it. It might not be easy, but taking control of your life and distancing yourself from those who bring you down is the ultimate act of self-love and empowerment. Would you rather stay in a place of stagnation, or will you take the first step toward a healthier, more fulfilling future? Number 6. Don't let them know what you're doing. In life, one of the harshest truths is that people often don't appreciate what they have until it's gone. It's not that they don't care about you. They've just grown comfortable. They take your constant presence, your availability, and your efforts for granted. Imagine you've always been the one to text first, to initiate plans, to make time. When your actions become predictable, there's no challenge, no spark. But what happens when you break the pattern? What happens when you become a little more unpredictable? Suddenly, they're forced to reevaluate their perception of you. They start wondering what's going on in your life. Why are you not as available as you once were? It's not about playing games, but about focusing on your own growth and happiness. You're not becoming unpredictable for the sake of it. You're doing it because you're prioritizing your needs and goals, and that's the difference. Think about it. When you're always there, always available, your presence feels guaranteed. But when you create distance, when you start putting yourself first, it forces others to recognize that your time and attention aren't a given. They start to value you more because they fear losing the connection they've grown so used to. Isn't it interesting how a little space can make someone realize your worth? This isn't about manipulation, but about self-respect. As the famous American author Maya Angelou once said, "Never make someone a priority when all you are to them is an option." When you begin living your life for yourself, pursuing your ambitions and setting boundaries, you create a sense of mystery that naturally draws others in. They begin to feel like they need to invest more because you're no longer easily accessible. They can't anticipate your every move, and that makes them want to stick around to see what happens next. So ask yourself, are you living for others, or are you living for yourself? Are you always available, or are you creating space for your own growth and development? By stepping back, by focusing on your own journey, without them being privy to your actions, you become more attractive not only to others, but to yourself. You are no longer the one being looked down upon. You are the one worthy of respect. Number 7. Why she comes back after you give her distance. People often underestimate your impact on their lives until you're no longer accessible. It's only when you withdraw that they begin to fully appreciate what they had. Your absence creates a space for them to reflect on everything you brought to their lives. They may not realize how much you contributed until they feel the void you left behind, making them aware of their previous oversight. When you step back and reclaim your time and energy, you send a powerful message about your value. This isn't a sign of weakness. It's a bold statement of self-worth. People start yearning for the emotional connection, joy, and comfort you provided. They inevitably compare their lives now, without you, to when you were present. This comparison often reveals a stark contrast, leading them to recognize that their lives were richer when you were part of it. They're pretty used to the feeling that you've chosen them. They may think when you're away, oh, they're just a little bit off. They'll be back soon. They may even assume that things will go back to normal because they're so used to the dynamic that you're always the one to make the effort. When you leave them, it is a violent but effective decision for you. It's a phenomenon rooted in human psychology. According to the mere exposure effect, people tend to develop a preference for things merely because they are familiar with them. By distancing yourself, you allow them to rediscover the essence of your presence. As the famous poet Khalil Gibran said, "Let there be spaces in your togetherness." Sometimes a little distance is necessary for others to understand the depth of what they've taken for granted. So, when you find it necessary to take a step back, do so with confidence. Embrace this moment as an opportunity for both you and those around you to grow and gain clarity. By understanding your worth, you pave the way for a deeper appreciation from others, ultimately enhancing your connections and enriching your life. What changes might you notice in your relationships when you reclaim your space? In conclusion, understanding why she comes back after you give her distance reveals the importance of space and self-reflection in any relationship. When you step back, it allows her to process her emotions, appreciate your value, and realize what she truly wants. It's not about manipulation or playing games. It's about giving both parties the room to grow and understand the dynamics of the relationship better. Why she comes back when you give her distance can often be tied to the power of patience, respect, and self-assurance, all of which are essential traits to cultivate within yourself. If you found this video insightful and helpful, please show your support by hitting the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to The Stoic Goddess for more content like this. Also, share your thoughts in the comments and ring the notification bell to be the first to know when new amazing videos are uploaded. Thank you so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.